to today's episode of Spotlight, brought to you by Single and Married with a Life. My name is Edem Jacobson. I am the head coordinator of Single with a Life, and I have here with me in the studio Mr. and Mrs. Amewo, the founders of Single and Married with a Life, on today's episode of Spotlight. They are going to be answering questions from SWALians and Mawalians, including questions from the general public. Please bear with us. As you can see, we have JL and El Nathan here, so please bear with us if there are some background noises.
The whole family is here.
The whole family is here.
To present to you, so enjoy.
And hopefully they would also be answering some of your questions.
Yes.
They represent the Moaliet, the children of our Moalians.
The Moalians, yes, the Moalians. Yeah.
So welcome to Norway. Velkommen till Norge. Nice to have you in the studio with your kids, El Nathan and JL.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Yeah, it's nice to be here. Really, I can't respond in the waiting language yet. Maybe in the next episode. Yeah.
I would like to know how your trip has been traveling from the UK to Norway.
And for me, it has been adventurous. I think that's the best adjective I can use. Going to somewhere I've not been before. Getting to know the place, getting to know the people. And one of the highlights was coming to meet you for the first time. It has been a mixture of feelings, really, and excited to be here.
Traveling with kids is very, very tiring. And before when we travel with just the two of us, we can just hold one little luggage and we are fine. But with them, we had to pack so many things, hold so many things, and it was tiring. And the interesting thing we didn't tell you is that we forgot one of our bags.
One of your bags?
At the train station.
Oh no.
When the
back
train
in the
came.
Airport.
But the airport train station on the platform.
Yeah, on the platform. Track 4.
That's right.
So I think when the train came, we were so excited. We just quickly rushed and we forgot one of them. So we got to Oslo S, and my husband was like, "Where is that bag?" And my face. So we had to go back. But the good thing is we could use the same tickets. So we didn't have to buy a new one.
And I think thankfully it was the right person at the right time, saying that you catch this train, you get there.
It was coming in 3 minutes.
It was in 3 minutes, so we had to go to that platform in 3 minutes, got in, got the bag. When we went there, the bag was...
It was exactly what it was. Somebody has actually positioned it properly. In some corner somewhere.
But I think maybe it was all part of the adventure. So here we are, just experiencing a different kind of travel to Norway, which has been good so far. So we are grateful. We are grateful.
I can't imagine the issue with the bag. But I'm happy you got it back.
We are thankful.
Nice to meet you physically, Mr. Amewo.
Thank you. Yes.
We have connected a lot of times virtually. So it didn't feel like we're meeting first time physically.
No, not at all.
So we thank God.
Yeah.
So you've been here for 3 days already. What have been your impressions about Norway? Is there anything you would like to share with our audience?
I think Norway has got its own peculiar charisma. Number one, just the people, they're very reserved in their own way, but somehow when you're with the kids, they are more receptive, more open. I think it's human for anyone really when children are involved. There has a certain sort of attitude towards you. But on the other side as well, I think there's a lot of inspiration in Oslo. Just walking about, seeing the infrastructure and how the city has been made up, especially for anyone that is into art, artifacts. You get a lot of inspiration walking across the city. Also anyone who's to museums, I think you can see quite a lot as well. I was quite impressed seeing the the Nobel Peace Prize Center, which was quite exciting, really. I was like, oh, I think I know somebody who got one. Obama, my uncle.
Oh, really?
Uncle from another connection, somewhere.
Where we are, the hotel, the breakfast options is huge. It's huge. Some of the things they provide, even fish, avocado. I mean, we've been to so many away trips and slept in so many hotels. We've never seen avocado being served as part of breakfast. Fish and it's nice. It's really nice. The variety is huge.
Good food.
Good
food.
Good to hear that. I think Norwegians who would be watching us will be quite surprised about the diversity of food in the hotel because they appreciate food from outside the country because they feel their food is not very diverse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
wow.
I think they're probably trying to serve the general sort of clientele that they will have, the public that come through the hotel, which I think is a testament to the kind of service that they provide.
Yeah. Welcome once again to Norway.
Thank you.
But we would like to know what informed your visit.
Yeah, I think it's a category of things, so a mixture of things, really. First of all, we are here mainly for ministerial purposes, to conduct some interviews and also to have some time together as a family, to family holiday, plus an extension of our wedding anniversary celebration. And most importantly, to meet you.
I was expecting to hear that.
The last time we met in Ghana during the 2017 event conference, we were both singles, and now, we married. We have kids. You just got married about 4 or 5 months ago. You got married, and we've not seen you physically since then. So it's nice to be here to check up with you how marriage is treating you, and also to celebrate in person.
It's actually very nice to meet you as well. It reminds me of the growth that we had as a ministry and as an individual. So good to have you.
Thank you.
Talking of the kids, we would like to know how marriage and motherhood has been so far for you.
Let me start from marriage, because marriage comes before motherhood. Yes, marriage has been great. By God's grace, it's been exciting. There's nothing like getting married to the man of your dreams. I've always eyed him as a single, always prayed that God would open his eyes so that, this journey will start. So God making that possible for me to be able to marry the man that I've always wanted to have. It's exciting. And the support I've received from him right from day one. I mean, he has always been in SWAL. He's been part of the whole journey. Part of the reason why I even discovered SWAL in the first place. So it's been an amazing journey doing life with him. So thank God for that. Also, getting married is an inspiration for our singles to know that they will also one day get married. So I'm happy about that. That the vision for singles didn't just end at singleness, because our aim is to equip singles for purpose and better marriage. So after we finish equipping you, the next thing is marriage. And I thank God that He's using me as an example to show our singles how you can live your life, live successfully as a single, discover your purpose, run the purpose, and in the midst of that, marriage. If marriage comes, then it's even another better phase, because two are better than one anyway. So we thank God that He's using me as that inspiration to give to our singles. Motherhood, another phase which is exciting. I mean, people would pay anything to become mothers. Some people. Is having the fruit of the womb is one of the most sensitive and very heartbreaking thing that can happen if people really desire to have the fruit of the womb and it doesn't come at the time that they want it. So God showing us mercy, or showing me mercy by giving us children, it's something I'm very grateful for, and I thank God. But then it's hard work.
Yeah.
So seeing us like this, it looks very
Nice.
glorious, and it's like, oh, I can't wait to have my kids. But the work, the tiredness, you need a lot of focus, a lot of attention, a lot of emotional capacity. Because these children, they can wind you up.
Yeah.
They can bring the words out of you if you're not careful. You know, sometimes when I scream, I'm like, peace, you don't have patience. Seriously, they put me on check for some of the things that they do and the way I respond. I just sit back and like, you need to work more
On your patience.
on yourself and your patience. So that is the journey, and it's growing us.
Yeah.
It's making me more mature and more aware of my strengths and weaknesses all the time. But it's exciting being together as a family. I thank God for that. Yeah.
An elderly person at work said that women usually become more patient when they start having kids.
Right.
Yeah. So this is an affirmation of what he said. We thank God for the journey, and thank you, Mr. Amewowo, for being very supportive.
Yes.
It has been very evident in all the videos and the teachings. We always see you at the background with the kids. So thank you so much for being a strong pillar to the single and married with a life vision.
Thank God.
So from the videos you posted during when you're recording the pregnancy series, you look quite big. And when I met you physically, I was surprised by the drastic weight loss. And we want to know how you managed to lose all the weight. Yeah, because we know childbirth can come with some weight gain. So it would be nice to know, especially for our singles and newly married couples.
Right. Thanks for the question, and thanks for your observation. First of all, it's a lot of planning. I had to change how I eat for a period. So at the moment, I'm a little relaxed on how I eat. But for a certain period, I think after I had him, immediately he was 6 weeks, and I went to the hospital, the GP. In the UK, we call it GP. They will clear you. They will check you, check the baby, make sure everybody's fine, and then they will literally clear you. So after that, I decided to start my weight loss immediately.
Right after you
Right after. And also the bonus is that I'm not breastfeeding. Apparently, those who breastfeeding also helps to lose weight.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not breastfeeding. So with the formula, it helps me to be able to eat whatever I want to eat, and it will not really affect the child. I had to drastically change my diet. I was on more fruits, vegetables, salads, and some of them I've posted on my YouTube channel, Peace Amewowo. So if you go there, you probably would see it. So I'm actually going to do a whole weight loss journey, because I recorded a journey as well, even though it's not out yet. So hopefully by the time this video will be out, that will also be out. Yeah, and then I incorporated some fasting. Personally, I think that just changing your food might not work as quickly as we wanted, because I was able to achieve my aim within 6 to 7 months. And it's more because I added a lot of fasting as well. And plus the support that I get from my husband, it means that I could eat those foods that I wanted to eat, which are a little expensive than what we would normally eat. Yeah, so without support from your husband, it can be difficult, because if you want to eat something and that thing is expensive, you know, childcare already brings a lot of financial strain, so it can be difficult if you don't have a supportive husband. I didn't do any exercise because I had cesarean sessions for both children, so I'm still at that place where my body needs to completely recover.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do any extensive walking or jogging, no gym, nothing. Purely food, change of food and fasting. And emotional stability or mental stability, which I believe also comes from having a supportive husband. So yeah, kudos to him for the support.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have been possible if he didn't accept to allow me to do that.
Yeah.
So that's the secret.
Thank you for the secret, and I hope people will learn some lessons. It's not always about running to the gym, but you have to do some more work. Thank you for sharing that secret with us. I hope people will learn from it. But I want to know from Mr. Amewo how you felt in the beginning when you have seen the slim woman become so big.
Yeah.
How did you feel in the beginning?
It's a bit of a strange one, but when she got pregnant and she started gaining flesh, for some reason my eyes also got pregnant. yeah. My eyes also got pregnant. So there was a new form of attraction to her. To the way she was looking, interesting. That's why I said she's interesting. The way she was looking, to the body shape, her front, her back, her side, her upside, everything became more attractive suddenly. I think it was just divine providence and everything that came with it. So it didn't become an issue at all. If not anything, I think it became a blessing. So it was all part of that fact, which made the whole thing easy for me. And we just got on with it and able to support the journey really.
Yeah, actually what he said, it's interesting. When I was putting on weight, I was more very conscious about my body, and I would say, oh look, I'm getting ugly, I'm becoming ugly, and he would say, God forbid you're not ugly. And sometimes he would touch me and he said, oh, your body feels so tender, it's nice. I'm like, are you sure? So it made me to now stop being negative or stop being too aware of my body, because I knew that he was, I don't know what it was, but he felt like I was looking better than I thought. So it gave me some confidence as well to accept the new body. And plus I made him aware that this weight is not gonna stay. It's not gonna stay. I'm gonna lose it at some point. And I thank God that God helped me to be able to keep to my word.
That's determination. And if you put determination to whatever you want to do, you can achieve it.
Absolutely. It's very much possible.
It wouldn't have been possible if you were also not very supportive.
And interestingly, when she gave birth and throughout the whole process of wanting to go back to that previous position, the same was, but the reverse happened. My eyes got on pregnant again. But what is interesting is that in my prayer closet, the prayer I was praying that she be able to achieve her post-pregnancy goals and objectives. That was one every single day. That was one of my prayers. And if it didn't happen, it wouldn't be an issue, because somehow, some way, it will work out for my good. It'll be good. Anyhow, because if not anything at all, I said at some point it was what it was, then it became something else, and now it is what it is. So whichever way, we would have made it work. So sometimes the pressure that some men or husbands put on their wives when they become pregnant, some of these pressures doesn't really help the ladies to be able to achieve those weights and size that they want to achieve, because of the stress and sometimes the depression that comes with it. But if you help come alongside them rather than be on their case, it makes things quite easy.
I can imagine. Thank you. You've been very supportive on both sides.
That's right.
When the weight gain was there and when she has the determination to lose it. So that's good to know. And I hope our married men are learning a lot from what you are saying.
Sure.
In SWAL and Mawao, we call her Sweet Lady. And we would like to know how it feels like to be married to Sweet Lady.
You mean a CEO? Sweet lady, the CEO. Hey, you married the whole CEO herself. And I thought you're going to go soft on me. But this question, I need to search the archives and come back to you. However, let's get serious. Before she's the CEO or the sweet lady, she is peace. And before she's peace, she's human. So for me, before all the responsibility and duties of CEO and sweet lady that with SWAL and one comes in, I'm married to peace. I'm married to the human peace. I'm married to her attitude, her habits. I mean, before I got married, one of the things that the credos that I had was that the lady I'm going to marry to, I'm not going to marry to her beauty, her fingertips and all of that, which is important, not to degrade in any shape or form. But at the same time as well, the most important thing I'm going to marry to is the character of that individual. The character and then the attitude of that individual, that doesn't change. That is like letter A. Letter A is always letter A. So if you marry the right character, then by the grace of God, it will help the journey. And so everything that comes on it, the beauty, the qualification is just an add-on. Let me ask you, do I give you peace or you give me peace?
Peace. So if I'm peace, I give you peace.
She has 4 points. So is the peace that comes in. Is the gratefulness of being married to Peace Amel, the person of Peace Amel, the character and the behavior, then the honor of being married to the CEO.
Thank you. So, apart from the inner qualities, like the character that you made reference to, at what point did you know that she is the right person to settle with?
To start with, I mean, I didn't know.
I was not expecting that.
Well, we were in the same church. One of the youth leaders. She was one of the youth members of the church. But then, by the grace of God, I was busy serving, because still I am busy serving, busy fulfilling purpose and all of that. So marriage and all of that was just secondary. My friends, I mean, I think in my church I was best man or part of the groomsmen for almost every single wedding. And that was true. And people were like, it's like they were concerned for me for what I wasn't really concerned about. They were on my case for the thing I wasn't on my case for. Some reason I knew that was going to happen somehow. But then I started noticing her, especially when she was organizing the Ghana event.
Okay.
Yeah, because at that time I think I was helping her.
That was 2017.
Yeah, I was helping her with some. With some stuff that she was preparing with, and so that was the time I think I probably noticed her a bit more because as I was helping her, I realized that she was going somewhere. Yeah. She was focused. She was a person that loved growth. She also was flexible, and she knew who she was. And I think that was some of the qualities I was looking for. And so she also was somebody who was humble, and I've ever asked her at one point I'll be giving her this time when I asked her what humility meant to her, especially in the marriage. And then she gave an answer, and we just said, this one is striking a chord. And it was ticking some boxes, so it was good from that perspective. I said, hey, I think something is happening. So it was a bit of a journey. When it was happening, I knew that these were the things that I was very looking for. Then ultimately, I really started to pray about it. Started with the qualities, then the prayer kicked in, then I had the peace about her, and I think that is what I knew. And then I approached the pastors, and then we are here. 5 years and then 2 months on.
Wow. You remember every bit of it.
You know, he's more detailed than me.
I can imagine.
So, grateful.
Thank you for that revealing answer. Because if you are courting, it can be tricky knowing if the person is the right one for you. Yeah. And I thank God for guiding you in deciding that you are going to get married to her. We thank God for that.
Yeah, I'm also grateful. Probably will hear me saying this quite a lot, but I'm grateful, really grateful.
And I think the whole session will be more of gratitude.
Yes.
This session actually. Okay, so on to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know some of the things in the archives.
Mm-hmm.
And talking of archives,
Mm-hmm.
we want you to reveal some of the things we probably don't know about Sweet Lady.
Okay. So, are we talking about on the light side or on the serious side?
The question is a bit flexible.
It's flexible. Okay, let me start.
The way you want.
Yeah, she doesn't like mango, the fruit mango.
Mango.
Yeah, she doesn't like mango. However, if you want to know how she will like mango, when we do the next event, I'll tell you.
I hope you've not been giving mango without me knowing.
It's in the archives.
Probably blended in smoothies. Yeah.
And then I suppose on the serious side, it's just a case of you don't tell her one thing and then try to do something else without really a reasonable explanation for it. It doesn't sit well with her. So if there's an expectation, you do everything you can to meet the expectation. But also, let me just add one more. She doesn't like being cheated. She doesn't like lies. And yeah, I think let me leave it first.
I don't like making calls.
You don't like making calls.
On the lighter side. She said that too. The reason why I didn't say that one there, she said she doesn't like making calls. But when she likes making calls, she makes calls. She really makes calls, you know. Maybe that one is on the borderline. I'll call it hybrid.
Yeah. So as a husband and being very close to Sweet Lady, you probably would have a different impression about her, because in the network of SWAL and Mawa, we've known her to be very strict. And we want to know if this is actually true.
So yes, when it comes to her dispensing her duties as a CEO, as a mother, she's strict, as you have very rightly said. But when it comes to dealing in her office as a wife, I'll use the word she's quite tact about dispensing that role. She does it in a way. However, she does it quite tactically and strategically in such a way that you probably will not see it if you are not quite observant. So she has. I think it comes to the wisdom of being a wife, and just making sure that you don't really stir up any unnecessary sort of emotions or atmosphere which is unwelcome in the home, so that there's always peace at home. So there is an aspect to it which she does sort of exhibit, but in a more tactical way.
You know, I wanted to reference when you said when she has expectations and she doesn't meet them, she's not very happy. When you have expectations, you want to be focused, you want to make sure that you achieve that. And in the coordinating team, the last thing you want to do is not to meet expectations when all of us have agreed on something. So maybe that is where the strictness comes in, because you cannot be light all the time, otherwise people will take the work for granted.
Sure, makes sense. Yeah, true.
So in the same vein,
Yes.
Is there anything you would like Swalians and Moalians to know about her, and also how to handle her and the vision?
Okay. One of the things I want to say is that she is not the author of the vision. The vision was given to her by just divine providence. God allowing her to be able to steward the vision. And so if God has allowed her to steward the vision, we should basically treat her as unto God and not as unto man. So because me being the background and seeing some of the work that goes in and how she does it and what she does, it's a lot of work. Yeah. Sometimes when you don't see these things, you might not possibly appreciate the visionary of SWAL and WOW. So I would just say that just treat it out for respect for God, and treat it as unto God, because she didn't basically come up with the vision herself. It was entrusted to her, and because it been entrusted to her, we should honor that and respect it and treat her with respect, the gift, and allow her to be able to lead as God helps her to be able to lead.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so from now on, the questions I will be asking will go to both of you.
Okay.
So looking at the response rates on the SWAL WhatsApp group in particular, it has been low for some time now. And we are wondering if you ever stop to think that you are not impacting Swalians enough because of the low response rates.
I don't think that is the case. Yes, the rate has gone down, but when you are running a vision, you have to understand that there are different stages of the vision. So at the initial stage, everybody is driven by emotions and passion, and everybody's excited.
Yeah.
Even me, I started a vision not knowing that I needed finances. I didn't know I even need money to run it. I was just passionate.
Yeah.
So we were very passionate, everybody was happy, and yet I didn't even know the depth of the
What
vision.
you were doing, yeah.
But somehow God miraculously brought these singles from different parts of the world who were very happy, and the group was full, and everything was just happening the way it was.
Yeah.
But the danger with emotions is that with time it cools down. So your true self begin to show. So there are people who join the group because they heard it's a singles group. I probably would find a husband there. I'll find a wife there. So many people joined, and then they realized that this is actually a different ball game. There's a lot of learning here. So if you are not very focused, disciplined, if you don't have a genuine reason for joining, eventually your love, that passion, that emotion that you've been driving on will die down. And that is what is happening over the years. It doesn't mean that we are not making impact. And also at some point, when I got married, started having kids, my presence was not that felt. Even the coordinators were still teaching. I've empowered you guys to be teaching. We're teaching good things. But there are some people that, it's just like every human being, we want a set man to be the one that is teaching. And even when you go to a prophetic ministry, the pastor can raise other people who are prophesying, but you always have this thing about it has to be that set man. It has to be here. So so when the man is not there, people start, they don't even come to church. Like if your senior pastor travels and he's traveled, he probably will not go to church that Sunday. It's a human thing. So my absence within that 3 years, when I was I wasn't totally absent, but I wasn't fully there because pregnancy issues, childbirth, and all of that. So those who didn't really know the reason why they're in SWAL, eventually you see their true character start showing. That's when people start becoming dormant. You call them, they don't respond. Even coordinators, some people start leaving. But it's also another phase of the vision, which is okay, because eventually God will sift out the right people that you need for the vision. So you realize that even coordinators, we were plenty when we started. Now we have people that I can trust, knowing that whether we are high, we are low, whether I'm not there, these people are there. So the likes of you, Mife, Favor, now these are some of the people that have stayed for longer. And we've got new people, Seraphine, MFA, and the rest who have joined, and they've also been there for quite some time. But when we're talking about the 2016, that kind of when we went to the Ghana event, and plenty of us, there are people who have stayed for longer, and I appreciate them because they've proven that they can stand the test of time. So yes, activities may not be as vibrant as it was, but something is still happening. We are making a lot of impact, and sometimes people think SWAL is just WhatsApp group, because that's where we started from. SWAL is not a WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group is one of the platform that we operate. So we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, and there are people who follow our programs for them. They are being blessed. all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a different stage that we are in. And plus, many SWALians have now married. Okay, so the vision is so broad, and I thank God that people come into SWAL, they are single, they are very young, school age, and then they finish university, they start working. Some of you traveled outside of the country, you know, and you've married now. You joined SWAL when you were 21.
Yeah.
Now you are
2015, 16.
Yeah, now you are 29 and you're married. So we are all growing, and we are at the place where people are becoming more busy. The responsibilities are becoming more with childcare. Some of them have children. So the vision is never going to be the same again. We are not going to be like the way we were when we were just all kids, school age children. We're all very happy and happy. Now reality has set in. There are responsibilities which is beyond the WhatsApp group. You know, so that is where we are. You know, when I was looking at this question, God just brought me back to, there's a prophetic word about the vision that, you know, we are at a runway and we are going to be taking off. And my husband has even given me that prophecy before. After I've received that prophecy right from some point, beginning of the vision, but my husband has given me that prophecy twice. So when I saw that question, it just came to me, and God said, you're on a runway. So when you get to the runway, the aircraft is maneuvering. It's as if nothing is happening. By the time you realize there's a takeoff, that is where we are. That's the stage we are now. And you personally, because of some of the background things you know that we are doing, which SWALians probably don't know, you know that very soon there will be a takeoff. There's a lot that is happening. Another phase of the vision is opening up. And so I want SWALians to don't see SWAL as the WhatsApp group. We are not the WhatsApp group. No. Yeah, don't be discouraged if you feel, you know, it's quiet. SWAL can never die. Nothing can ever stop SWAL. It's God's vision for us. God gave it to us, and He will make it work the way He wants it to be. We will fulfill our purpose. We'll fulfill the vision of SWAL. So get ready for a takeoff. Yes, that's my message. Position yourself. Anytime I come, I say, let's fast. Just join in. Prayer time, join in. Discussions, whatever I say, well, this is what God is leading us to do. Just follow. And that is how you position yourself for the takeoff when that time comes. Amen.
Amen. Mr. Norway, do you want to add anything?
Just a quick one. I mean, scripture says that says Apollos sowed, Paul watered, but it's God that causes the increase. Impact is cause change, and the change since this vision started has happened across the horizon, across the spectrum, and across different facets of the vision. So we cannot limit God. We cannot narrow ourselves to just maybe what is happening. What if there isn't WhatsApp? Is WhatsApp always going to be? Sometimes there was MySpace. There's no more MySpace. There wasn't Facebook.
There was High Five.
There was High Five.
And
all of that. See, things evolve, things change. We cannot see ourselves to fit in a box when God is looking to do something greater than a container. So we've got to be able to work with God and be able to see where God is taking us, and then follow after God's leading. So let's be open to what God really wants to do and the impact and the change that He wants to cause, which eventually will lead to I mean, when you think about the word organism, it's a living thing. It lives. It doesn't stay. It evolves. So if God wants to make something that He started Himself organic, it means that He wants it to basically keep evolving to the way He wants to be. So let's be open to what God wants, because it's gonna get exciting.
Thank you. So if you are watching us, don't be too fixated on the WhatsApp group. SWAL is beyond WhatsApp. You can find us on the socials, Facebook, YouTube. And if you have not subscribed, try and subscribe and keep up with the teachings. I personally have seen a lot of videos being put up almost every 1 to 2 weeks on Facebook and on the YouTube channels. So there's a lot more going on beyond WhatsApp. Okay, so on to the next question. What has been the best moment of your marriage journey?
So best moments really it has been the trips that we do go on. I suppose the communication aspects that we do have. Sex has also been great as well. Very important.
Why do people always smile when we talk about sex?
I didn't smile though.
I did.
Well, I laughed.
They always smile or laugh.
It's important, so we've got to take it serious. So yeah, that has been great as well. So yeah, I'm grateful. The finish off and then yeah. So.
For me, I think the support has been very important to me. Being in ministry and all that I do, childcare, and yeah, I think without the support, I probably would have struggled. Yeah, even right from when we're friends, he's always been supportive. So that has made life a lot more easier. Yeah, so the support is one of the best moments, and being able to have a friend that I can share with, that I can do life with. Yeah.
So life is not always rosy. So talking of the best moments, what has been some of the difficult moments or the challenges that you've had?
It's been more of the childcare aspect really. It's rewarding, but it's also its own challenging. Raising 2 children, and sometimes the
raising 2 children under the age of 3.
The age of 3.
They are all fully dependent.
And just full of energy. Got to pay a lot of attention to make sure that you keep an eye on them. They are safe, taking care of their well-being. They're well taken care of. It's work. But I suppose now it's the seed time. You're sowing the seed. It's a good work. We'll see the reward later.
I think also probably what makes it more tiring is because of the fact that we try to carry them along in everything we do, because our vision is quite big and we don't want to grow and leave them behind. So we want to grow along with them, so that makes it more challenging, but with the help of God we're making it work. And also I think the combining that with work, paid job, but we both still work. We have our side businesses, so it's all demanding. Financially, it's demanding, because if you travel with kids, you know, it's a lot of money. The expenses. These kids grow so quick, especially him. You know, because he's got the weight, you know, so they grow quickly out of their clothing. Every time you have to be buying new clothing, new shoes, food, you know. There's this formula that we buy for them. Recently we realized that the price has gone up, but the quantity has reduced.
Wow.
So when we open the formula, we're like, it's half empty. You know, so things are getting expensive, especially in the economy that we are. So because of that, financially can be challenging as well, but we're making it work to the best of our abilities.
So talking of challenges as you did with the kids, those of us who are outside your marriage, it's always nice to see them in your videos. Because one of the Swalians testified to me that she's very happy when she sees JL all around you in the videos. So that is what we are seeing from the outside. But now we can appreciate some of the challenges that come along with having kids. So we know that the two of you originate from Ghana and living in the UK. So we want to know how you intend to raise your kids so that JL and everything can speak Tree Kakra and speak Ewe Kakra.
as for the Ewe, God will help us on that one. Because the Ewe man himself, he need grace to speak the Ewe. Yeah, but with the tree, we've been speaking tree with them at home. So they understand a few, a few stuff.
Yeah.
And also we eat the Ghana food. So that's what we eat at home. So we introduce them to the Ghanaian food. I think culture is quite big, and sometimes if you are not living there in that country, it might be difficult for you to really completely become a part of that culture. So at least if they're able to understand the language, it's better than nothing. So we are doing our best, and hopefully they will grow and be able to speak the tree. No, the Elway, forget about it.
No, I'll teach them the Elway.
Okay, thank you for that.
I'll teach them.
We want to know if you have plans to go to Ghana with them anytime soon.
We do have plans. I don't know about soon. But we do have plans. I think it's just the right time. When the time is right, they will definitely. We would definitely be in Ghana.
Anywhere we go with them. So once we're in Ghana, they'll come. Until they are old enough to decide, we are not following you guys. Then that one, that's their decision. But for now,
Okay, thank you. Hopefully we see them in Ghana soon.
Yes, very soon.
Oh, the Ghana people should come to the UK.
That too.
It should be a two-way affair.
Yes.
We want to know, have you ever at any point been bored of each other? And when that happens, how do you deal with it?
For us, we've been quite privileged in the sense that we have been quite involving, whether in each other's venture or in each other's sort of ministry, and also in each other's lives. Whatever each other is doing, the other person is there. So we have been busy. Use the word, maybe we have been fruitfully busy. And if we are not doing that, maybe at home, we are basically out. When you say out, doing shopping together, going for walks, or out with the children, or enjoying the children. To be honest, if somebody is to say that, oh, how do you guys sort of keep yourself maybe busy or having fun? I would say now at this particular where we are, when the children, they are our fun in a way. Before the children was something else, but now the children are fun. Human beings can change and can evolve, but the good thing is, or what tends to help is that if one person tends to evolve, the other should do their best to evolve with the person. And so it's about knowing how to navigate the turns and the bends in life, so that at each point in time you are moving with each other, there for each other. So you are always engaging, you are always involving each other, so it doesn't really get bored.
I mean, I try to search very deeply. Do I get bored? It's like, no, I get too busy to get bored. I get too busy. So much work. There's always, especially when you start having the kids, you feel like you are always doing something. It can be very, tedious in terms of the work, the physical work. So being bored, that's very difficult to happen. And also we enjoy each other's silence. When, for instance, if we are working, or if my husband comes to sit at the hall and I'm on the phone, he's doing his own thing, I'm doing my own thing, or even if it's total silence and we are just there, it's fine. It's part of the changes, or how do I put it? But it's part of the journey. So it's being able to manage those silences as well, being able to deal with those silences, so that it doesn't feel like you should always be talking, or should always be doing something. So, it's a whole journey. Marriage is a whole journey, a whole learning curve, and God will give you the wisdom to know how to navigate each stage.
We pray for such wisdom for all the couples who are watching us on today's episode. So on to the next question. When you are in the hall watching TV, or when you are in the bedroom having conversations, who among you sleeps first?
You mean sleeps off first?
Sleep off first. It's like you are talking to her, or you are talking to him, then he just falls off.
I confess.
It's him.
I confess.
He started this when we got into the relationship, when we were courting and planning for our wedding. He will call around 11 something, because that's the time we normally get home from work. You know, so he gets home around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. and he will call, and I can tell that he's sleepy. I'm like, Ken, go and sleep. Call in the morning. He's like, no, let's talk, I'm fine. And by the time I realize there's total silence on the phone, I'm like, hello, he's gone. So I'll cut the phone, then I'll call again, he'll pick up. I'm like, Ken, you slept off. He said, oh, really? Let's talk. I'm like, go and sleep. You know, so he wants to chat, but sometimes, you know, you can't cheat nature. When you are tired. You are tired. So I've learned to accept that as well, because if you're not careful, you'll be upset. And like, oh, why is I'm talking to you and you are sleeping? You know, it does happen. Yeah. Personally, I don't sleep like that. Yeah, I don't sleep like that. I can stay awake. Even when I'm sleepy, but everybody's different. So. Don't
worry, you're not alone. I also sleep off.
It looks like it's a man's thing. It looks like it's a man's thing. The men, stop that character.
Don't sleep and leave your wife.
Yeah, it looks like it's a male thing. It's a male thing.
Okay. So you have been on both sides, singleness and marriage. So which one is better and why?
Both is better. Singleness, because when you're single, it's a time for you to really focus on yourself. To really focus on developing yourself, developing who you are, discovering your purpose, discovering your vision, and then being able to start the journey of fulfilling that purpose and fulfilling that vision. Singleness is the best time to do that, if not the most important part or stage of your journey in this life. I mean, you can't trade anything for singleness. It's the best. It should be the best times of your life. The time to also to travel, to see the world. It's time to start businesses. It's time to really get to know as much as you can, do as much as you can before you get married. Also, when you are single as well, you have a lot of energy for yourself. You also don't have to manage others' responsibility as well. It's your own responsibility that you manage it. So you've got all of this going at the same time. So it also, I'm sorry for those perhaps who may have had breakups and everything that comes with it. But when you are single as well, you don't have other people's emotion to manage. It's just your emotions that you have to manage as well, and don't have to worry about sort of breakups or anything like that, divorce, anything like that, or separation, anything like that. It's just you. So it's just one of the best times of your life possible. Marriage, also amazing. It's a time for you to care for each other, to share, to support for each other. In fact, there was a research I read some time ago that those who are married, apparently, they have better health. Better health because if they have any psychological issues, they have somebody to talk to be able to manage that well. So psychologically, their health is way better than those who are single. Because when I say just your own managing that psychology and all this stuff, and the whole thing about mental health and all of that thing, it does happen more for single persons than those who are married. So better health. And also understand that when you are married, and also again research, they said that when you are married, people who are married, they have better, what we call better self-actualization. The time where they can really discover their full potential because they have the support of the other person to help them to be able to fulfill that the real them. When you're married as well, you manage depression better. So because you manage depression better, again, you have somebody else to help you to be able to go through that. So you are more sound, and also you age better as well. And lastly, those who are married, Sexually, they have better respiratory system, they have better muscular system, especially if they have sex more than twice a week. And also if they have sex more than twice a week, apparently they do cut their age twice.
Wow.
So again, back to the aging better as well. So all based on research. The Carnegie University of Chicago, was another university in London that conducted this research. So it looks like an all-rounded kind of benefits when you are married.
Yes, there are all this research out there and all these positive things about marriage. But what you have to understand is it depends on who you marry. Because there are people who get married and their depression goes up. They are having mental health. Some are in the psychiatric hospital because of marriage. Some even die. So it sounds nice and it's the truth, it's research. But if you don't marry well, if you don't use your singleness well to build the foundations that we've been talking about in SWAL and making sure that you are fulfilled in yourself as a person and choosing the right partner, you'll get married and all these facts, all these benefits of marriage may not apply to you. So I don't want any single to feel like I should be in a hurry to get married because all these benefits are there. Just make sure that you get it right, right from your singleness stage, so that you can truly enjoy these benefits that marriage brings.
Thank you for the answer. They were very informative and very revealing. The only thing that I would like to add is that if you are a single and you are watching us, know that the sister vision of SWAL, which is SWAL, is there to equip you for better marriage. Is there to help you to rediscover yourself and make yourself better positioned to gain the best out of your marriage when you are eventually there. Your audience, or those who have been following the vision, single and married with a life, they want to know what plans you have for the next phase of both visions.
This interview is one of the plans. So they will begin to see us bringing some of the activities that we've been having on the WhatsApp group into our social media platforms, like what we are doing now, the interviews. Spotlight is an activity that we do on WhatsApp. So get ready to be invited physically to our studio to talk about yourself, about your experience, and also most importantly, get ready for the big takeoff, which we are all looking forward to see what God will do with us in the vision. Thank you to all the coordinators who have stayed with us. So if you're watching this video and you are still a coordinator, this is for you. God bless you for all your sacrifice, all your support, and the members. Thank you for believing in us and staying and allowing God to use this vision to transform your life in one way or the other. And thank you for being our longest serving head coordinator so far, the youngest and most responsible we've had so far. Thank you for making the time, even when you traveled you left Ghana, went to different countries, you still do your best to be a part of the vision and even coming to meet us and making us feel very welcome. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate you.
I don't know if Mr. Mewo wants to add anything.
God bless everyone who's helped one way or the other to invest or to sow into the vision so far, whether physically or financially or any shape or form. God bless you, God reward you. But most importantly, let's keep everything into prayer because it can only get better. So let's not limit God. The best of every organization or institution are the ones that have been able to evolve and been able to change with the times. And that's exactly what SWAL Turning Point concept is about. So as the Holy Spirit leads, we follow after His lead. And as He does that, let's back with prayer. Let's back with support that we can in our mind, spirit, and soul. Let's get people involved as much as we can, because as I said, with God, it can only get better.
Thank you so much for everything that you have done for SWAL and Mawal. And also for me, it has been, I would say it was very timely to know SWAL just when I started growing, because in the society you hear all kinds of things. There is so much peer pressure, but then again, when you leave that space, there is always somewhere that you can pick lessons from. It's just like having your parents around you. But then when you go out, you hear other things that contradict things that your parents are saying. So that has been another parent for me. So that anything I hear outside is like I have a benchmark. So I weigh everything I hear and things I hear in SWAL. And that has helped me I would say it has guided my life this whole time. Yeah. And to a large extent, I would say that SWAL has helped me to where I am now. Yeah, because there are things I hear about writing, for instance. Because my supervisors or my bosses, they appreciate how I write. And sometimes I look back and I feel like in SWAL, most of the things we do is by typing. And I always say that I will usually send to Peace Amewowo to review. And I learn a lot along those processes when we do such revision. So thank you so much. I don't know how to thank you, but I just want to say we are very grateful on behalf of SWAL and Mawal. We are very grateful for allowing God to use you to run this vision. We pray for more wisdom and strength. Yeah, and we pray that God will continue to give you new ideas to take this vision to that next phase. Yeah. So thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Amewowo, for joining today's episode of Spotlight. We will see you on the next episode. Thank you for your audience. Bye.
Are you single or married? Do you have a life-transforming experience that can educate or inspire others? Be a guest on our talk show, Spotlight, to share your amazing life story. To be on the show or to sponsor, contact +44 7506 009931. Email peaceamewowo2018@gmail.com. Tune into Spotlight on our YouTube channel, Peace Amewowo, and on Facebook at Single and Married with a Life. Spotlight, inspiring you to do better.